Hi, and welcome to another video by Jimthecarguy. Today we have a 2006 and it's a Saturn Ion, and we have a random misfire. The complaint is that there's a lack of power and it runs really horribly. Just getting it in the shop up just that little ramp to get it in here was like no power. You practically could barely move the vehicle. I did scan it, found out there's a problem inside there. I'm going to show you what it is. It's showing up actually as a misfire in number 2 and number 3 cylinder. I've run into this problem before with these cars, so let me just show you what I've done to correct it, and it's really not a hard repair. So let me get it started on the scanner. I'm going to show you what it's doing and how the engine is running. So let's take a look inside. Okay, just want to show you what the engine is running like. As you can see, it's running pretty lousy. This feels like it's running on only 2 cylinders, so let's get inside and I'm going to show you what it looks like on the scanner. This is what we do know. Number 2 and number 3 cylinder are misfiring. The code on the computer was a P0300 was a random misfire. So as you can see, number 2 and number 3 cylinder are misfiring here. Let me just show you one other view here. Okay, and as you can see, the cylinder number 4 is firing. Number 3, number 2 and number 3 are not firing. Number 1 is firing. And then we'll go into our misfire data, and as you can see, cylinder number 1 has no misfires. Cylinder number 2 is 158,000 misfires. Same thing on cylinder number 3, it's like 160 something thousand, and number 4 is not misfiring. So I've run into this problem before, and what I'm going to do, let me shut that off. What I normally do with a situation like this is, because I've done this before, where I've changed just the coil, and the coil was no good, and then it wound up the module also had to be replaced. So what I do is I replace the module and the coil in one assembly. So and the way you're going to do that is you take off your oil cap, and then this cover comes right off. You just pull it, and it pops right off. And then what we're going to be replacing is we're going to the module goes bad here all the time. But what happens is the module goes bad because one of the coils is usually no good. I've done it already where I've changed the module, replaced the module with a new one, put it back together, ran beautifully. Inside of a couple of days it comes back, the module I just put in is burnt out. And the reason for that is because the coils are probably drawing, the resistance is off in the coils, or it's a defective coil, thereby causing the module to prematurely burn out. So what I've done is, to avoid that problem now, I changed both the module as well as the coil pack assembly, because this comes as one complete assembly. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this plug off right here. We're going to take out these 4 screws right here, and we're going to remove this whole assembly. So let me grab a tool and let's get started. What we're going to do is we're going to take this clip off right here. And what you do is a little lock clip on top right here. You just pry it back just so you can get this plug out. And then you unplug the plug from the module. Be careful because you don't want to break it. Right. Unplug it from the module, just relocate it to the sides for now, and then we're going to take that out. And there's 4 10mm screws. You can take them out. You just pull it, and it comes right off. All right, so this is the coil pack assembly, and as you can see, it's one complete assembly. There's no way to remove the coils from the unit itself. So let's grab the new one. We're going to put the new module on, and we got to transfer these pieces off here. They just pull right off like this, and we'll put these onto the new one. So let me grab the new part, and we'll come right back. And basically, what you're going to do is this is the new module, and this is the new coil assembly. With this piece here, we're going to put a little bit of that dielectric grease that comes with it. on here. And then you basically just push it right in here. Push it all the way down, you'll feel it snap in. Then you're going to take your screws, your new screws that came with it, and screw them into here. You probably just want to do this by hand. You don't want to use an electric drill or electric screwdriver or anything like that, because you are screwing into plastic and you don't want to crack it. It just screws right in like that. All right, nice and tight. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove these the rubber insulators that go down onto the plug, and we'll put them onto the new one. They just pull right off, and they just push right back on. So, get this out of here. And then to put it back on, you just put it over the top of the plugs, slide it down. I'm going to put a little bit of dielectric grease inside here. Okay, you got a grease in, and you just push it right down on top of the spark plugs, and you push it down, and then you reattach it with your 10mm bolts. We're going to plug back into the module, and you'll push it, you hear it snap in, and then you push your lock tab back down to lock it in place. And just going to put this on temporarily just to start it and make sure it's okay. Again, the reason I'm doing both of them is because it happened to me. I have already changed just the module, put a new module on, and it ran beautifully for a day or two, and it winds up coming back with a misfire that redeveloped inside there again, and it turns out that the new module I put on just burnt out. And the reason for that is because the coils go bad, overloads the module, and it burns out the module. So let's start it up and let's see how it runs. Actually, it runs really well. So let's go inside and check our misfire counter and see what's going on with that. I'm going to go down to the misfire data. And as you can see, 0, 0, 0, 0. No misfires whatsoever. So we know that as you can see, it was misfiring quite a bit, and now the misfire is gone. All right, so that's just the way I do it. I change both the coil as well as the module. Personal preference. I like to do a job one time, get it out the door, and not have to worry about it coming back and a customer that winds up being angry because the job was back for the same exact problem. So. The next thing we're going to do is we're just going to put our cover back on here, and we'll wrap this job up. Now that we got the car all wrapped up, we're going to go inside. We're going to clear the code out of the computer. We're going to take those codes out. I just want to point out that there was another code in there. It was I think it was a PO341. It was a cam sensor code. The cam sensor code is a false code. The reason it's a false code is because of the misfire in the 2 cylinders. So we're going to clear that out. We're going to road test it, make sure everything is okay, and we should be all set. There was another code in there also. The other code that was in there was a knock sensor code, but that's because the customer probably by driving the car from their house up to my shop to get it repaired, and that probably would set the knock sensor code. So we're just going to clear those codes out. We're going to road test it, make sure they don't return, and then we'll send this job out the door, and we're on to the next one. All right, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.